Hi everyone. As promised, I'm here, and here's Ozmourn.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing a, or hope you're all having a wonderful time here today. My name is Ozmourn, and today we're going to be running a very special game called Antichamber 100%. And if you don't know what this game is, it's more of like a really cool puzzle platformer type game that is very Portal inspired. And so I'm very happy to be sharing this kind of game with y'all, especially because the speedrun of it is absolutely amazing. And so we're going to be doing some really cool tricks, and we're going to be doing the 100% category. And what that kind of entails is that we need to collect all 120 signs here on this wall right here. You see, I was in the middle of the run. You need to complete the map, and we need to get all 13 pink cubes, as well as, of course, beat the game. And you can see that there are different trackers on my screen um, that will kind of signify each of those things. The blue dots on the bottom right corner are the signs. The map on the bottom right, of course, is the map. The pink dot on the bottom right corner of my game screen is what we will use to track the pink cubes, and the percentage is the overall percentage completion of all of those things. And so with that being said, we're just going to go straight into it. I have a lot of things to say and not a lot of time to say it. And if you are at all familiar with this game, I really hope that what I have to bring to the table is enjoyable for you, especially because the 100% category, as I said, hugely underrated and such a fun speedrun to do. And so I'm very glad to be showing it off here and coming back into Power Up with Pride's channel. So with that being said, every journey is a series of choices. The first is to begin the journey, and we'll begin time when I hit here on Leap of Faith. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So the first thing we want to do is just fall straight down this tower right here. And what we're going to be getting is the first gun. And the guns, the way that you kind of routed this speed run is we're going to try to get the red gun as quickly as we possibly can. Right here, it's the blue gun. And the blue gun is the weakest of all the guns that we're going to get. We're going to progressively get more and more upgrades as the game progresses. And after getting the blue gun, we're going to get our first pink cube. These are one of a specific type of collectible in this game that we got to get. And the pink cubes will only move if you have your crosshair on them. And so you just got to lead them into their final destination. And then you can just quit the main menu, move on to the next section. A lot of the puzzles in this game are based off of your spatial positioning and the way you're moving the camera and also your character. And so you're going to be seeing a lot of puzzles like that. For example, this one, if you put your face all the way up against up against these windows, wherever the window is showing you is where you're going to be teleported. And stuff like that is incredibly important in both casual play and in the speedrun. It's something that you get used to pretty quickly. And here in this section, I like to use the tracker, and we're going to wait until it turns to 11.6 and then quit to main menu. You're going to be seeing me do a lot to that, quitting to like the hub menu and then selecting where I want to go from the hub instead of, physically walking there myself, only because of where the game spawns you. And after collecting certain items, it's just faster to choose where you want to go from the menu instead of walking there yourself. And so right here, we're going to go into a room that wasn't there before, and sometimes you're forced to quit to main menu and choose another section like we are right now. And so after this, we're going to get another map and sign trigger. The way that you collect these signs and maps is all just walking past them within a specific radius. That's how all these map triggers work. They have a specific radius in them, and we're gonna have a little bit of a staring contest with this eye right here. All we have to do is stare at it for about 15 seconds. I did move my mouse out of the way of it, and so the timer obviously resets. But right here, after we do that, we're gonna to leapfrog. There is a skip for this in which you just kind of the door that you open from doing leapfrog, you can stop it in the middle of its tracks and prevent it from closing. However, I'm not the best at that skip, and I could be spending a million years on it if in a marathon setting. And so just gonna go straight into getting the green gun. The green gun is better than the blue gun in the sense that the blue gun will only allow you to grab and shoot one cube at a time. The green gun will allow you to do that with multiple cubes, essentially create a line of cubes. And right here is the first instance of a thing called lag glitch. The way that lag glitch works is that we're just going to be going straight across, and whatever trigger or whatever you have in front of you when you're in that state of lag, essentially it just won't it essentially won't be triggered. For example, we were able to walk through that laser and not have that door close on us, because we're in that state of lag, in which any trigger that you pass through just won't be activated. And we're going to get another pink cube right here. We're going to time getting rid of this cube so we can open this door and then go through and get the yellow gun. And after getting the yellow gun, we're going to perform a glitch called a warp. Essentially, the way that a warp works is that the game really doesn't like it when you and an object are taking up the same space. And so when you create lag glitch and then really try to, oh my god, what is happening here? Please, 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 please. Excuse me. There we go. Beautiful. I was aiming a bit too low. Okay, so the way that lag glitch works is that it really, a way that warps work is that when you shoot those cubes and then quit to main menu, the cubes that you shot are still physically there in that space, and we shot them over the entrance point of a specific map, a specific part of the map. And once you if you were to go into that entrance point, the game sees that you and an item, you and a cube are taking up the same space, and so it's like, I don't like that. And it'll kick you out into the main menu with a gun. And when you're in that state of going into the main menu with a gun, it's really weird. When you right click on any part of the map, including parts you haven't been to before, you can just warp there, teleport there instantly. And right here is another instance of lag glitch that we're going to be having in order to get to this next section. And this is the mechanic that we got from the yellow gun, where we were allowed to move cubes freely and use that to our advantage here in this next section. And right here, we're going to be forming another glitch called tower clip, in which you create a small tower of cubes and then you use them to essentially push yourself through the wall. If this will be good second try, question mark. Okay, third try, question mark. Why is it pushing me to the left? Should I try to sit to the center? Excuse me, what? Okay, there we go. That was a bit funky. That was a bit funky method of doing it because it kind of pushed me to the left instead of pushing me straight through the wall. But we managed to figure it out. Right here, we're just going to be filling up these holes in the wall so that we can go straight. We can activate the lasers inside them and go straight through the door. And then, if you're really quick before these cubes disappear, you're able to move them across into the next section and trigger those lasers and open the door. Right here, we're going to ride this cube upwards using the mechanic that we got from the yellow gun in order to get the fourth pink cube of the run. And after that, we're just going to quit back to main menu, turn around, and then we're going to go forward and grab a map trigger that we need to come back to later. It's important that we move forward in order to get that map trigger. And when you're in these like plasma areas, you actually can't go in with any cubes in your gun. Otherwise, the plasma areas will just get rid of any object that goes through them. Kind of like the barriers that you see in like certain Portal games. And we're going to do another instance of tower clip right here, much cleaner than the one we had before. And another glitch that we have coming up right here is whenever you walk off a ledge in this game without jumping, for some reason the game kind of stores that jump for you. And in that process, if you can actually jump in midair, believe it or not. And so we use that to our advantage a lot in this speed run, including right here, probably the best part. We grab a cube from way down there and use the jump storage glitch in order to jump midair and use the same cube to stop ourselves in our tracks. We're going to wait for it to turn to 48.9 here, and then we're going to go to Tower 5, in which we will ride this cube upwards and get what is the fifth pink cube of the run, using that same jump storage glitch right here to jump upwards here, and then using the jump storage glitch again to go over to this corner over here. We want to keep jumping through this hallway, otherwise it's going to transport us to another area, which is this one right here. And then we're just going to drop down, get another map and sign trigger. And then after that, we want to go straight to just a little bit shy and use the same jump storage glitch to go through these areas. Lag glitch to make sure that we don't activate that laser, which I accidentally did. I think I'm doing it a bit too. There we go. I did it a bit too early. Perfect. So after, you want to go to learning to draw, and then we're going to go to this section and we're going to open this door. Perfect. And then we're going to go back to learning to draw on the same part. We're going to then get all the cubes from this section in the middle. And the weird thing about using the mechanic that you got from the yellow gun, essentially telling cubes where to go, is that they don't have to go to a specific location. Instead, they'll go to whatever, they'll just go in the general location that you send them until something stops them. And so you can just send them, physically I'm trying to send them here, but they're just going to go until they stop, until the world stops them right there in that track. So right here, we're just going to go straight into strength in numbers. And one specific glitch that I forgot to mention is this one right here, in which I'm doing called cube chambering. That little plasma area that we just went through, it got rid of all the cubes in my gun. However, if you right click and then left click and then hold and then let go of right click, you can actually store only one cube in your gun at a time, even if you go through a plasma barrier. We're going to fill up this entire area with cubes to be able to open that door right here. We're going to go back to managing resources that we did earlier in the run. And this is usually the time of the run that I like to talk about the different rebinds that we have in order to allow for, more replayability and a little bit more accessibility here. For example, instead of having to reach all the way across your keyboard to hit F11 to say to initiate lag glitch, we do have a hardware rebind that we can do with our mouse button, so it's allowed. And we can also we go into the game's configurations and rebind escape to Q, so that you don't have to reach across and go to escape every time you want to exit to main menu. To shoot Qs, we have that rebound to scroll wheel down. To pick up Qs, you have the rebound to scroll wheel up. And so it's a lot of stuff in this speedrun that we like to focus on replayability. And so imagine like having to reach all the way across your keyboard every time you want to do a simple trick. And so it's stuff like that that we want to keep in mind as well. And one thing that we see here is a very interesting section. This is actually, oh my god, I'm failing a jump. This is actually a very interesting section because this is meant to be the tutorial sequence. And the way that tutorial sequence works is that they have color-coded cubes. You probably saw the cubes in all those areas were blue. That's because the game expects you to have the blue gun at this point. However, of course, you have the red gun, and so you will be able to traverse these puzzles a lot more easily than you would if you just had the blue gun, because the red gun has a lot more abilities and features than the blue gun does. We're going to cube chamber one cube through here and use it to activate this laser right here and open that door. Didn't quite aim my shot really well. We use that same cube in order to go through this section, turn around into an area that wasn't there before, and then we're going to go straight into the next section. This sign tells us to not look down, but we're going to look down anyway because we need to. And in this speed run, this is about the halfway point in terms of length. However, there's going to be a lot of harder sections coming up in terms of movement, but believe it or not, I kind of really like going into these last few sections right here. So we're just going to go to taking baby steps, and then we're going to grab this map trigger and sound trigger over here, and then we're just going to jump down and get what I believe is the 8th pink cube of the run. Yeah, the 8th pink cube of the run. And so then we have to go to impossible paths. We're going to grab the cues we get from and then we're going to go to, and we're going to turn them into a bridge. And I forgot to mention that kind of ability that I'm using is an ability that you got from the red gun, essentially allowing you to make infinite cubes. The red gun essentially multiplies all the cubes that you create in a specific space by holding down the mouse button and also left or right trigger, depending on if you want to collect the cubes or grab the cubes or shoot the cubes, I should say. After that, we're going to collect a dev room that we just got down there by solving that puzzle. The dev rooms, not all of them count towards 100% because not all of them can be seen physically on the map. However, the dev room speedrun has a slightly different set of rules that we follow in specific cases. And so all of these different collectibles I'm collecting right now have their own separate speedruns, but of course today we're going to be collecting all of them. And we're going to drop down here. We're going to jump up, do a lot of up and down and all around to get to different parts of the map. All these funky sections here. And then we're going to have a really interesting section right here. Oop! Time that jump again. Perfect. We're going to have a really interesting section right here where if I time this perfect, and hopefully that allowed. We did do hub storage. I think we're going to have to do hub storage later in the game, so I will mention when that happens as well. What exactly hub storage is, but what essentially when I shot those cubes, you can actually shot those cubes through here. You can recollect the cubes through this little divot. There's a little crack in the wall, and you kind of just recollect them through. and then we're going to cube chamber an extra cube that we got through here. And ooh, I accidentally shot that cube into the plasma barrier, which means I have to go back and get the other one. We love to see it. But I don't know why you are able to grab cubes essentially through a small little crack in the wall. That's a small little oversight that was made, to say the least. We're gonna go up here to Stairway to Heaven. We're gonna grab a cube from the other end of this hallway right here. We're gonna turn right, and then we're gonna do something called elevator clip. It is exactly what it sounds. You clip through an elevator, and the way that you do that is the elevator moves upwards. You put a cube to block your path, and the cube clips you through the elevator. It's as simple as that. We're gonna get the ninth pink cube of this run right here. After that, we're gonna go straight to stop and go. We're going to use a lag glitch so that we don't have to worry about any of the lasers that are going to come up here. And then we're going to go back to Stairway to Heaven and then walk up the stairs this time instead of down the stairs. Grab a map trigger and a sign trigger that we're going to come back to later. Jump down this. Oh, the momentum. How dare. Let's try it again. Jump down here. There we go. Perfect. And we're going to grab the 10th pink cube of the run through these stairs. Use the yellow gun mechanic to ride this cube upwards, and we're going to make a small wall of cubes that we're going to collect here on the other side. We're going to use these cubes that we just got to stop this giant cube in that elevator, and then use this, create a small tower of cubes upwards and fill up these lasers over here to open this door. And then at the other side of this door, we're going to use the jump storage glitch to grab the map and sign trigger down here, but not collect them. And I am behind in I should have 84.6%. I should be okay. I'm concerned. I think I missed something, but I don't know what that something is. We're just gonna have to see what that is at the end. So right here, you can see that I'm going to be filling up these lasers here. One really difficult thing that we need to do is, keep your momentum while also making sure that your shots are pretty precise. And so that's something that you need to work on. It's a significant amount of time lost if you don't really practice those, and because they added up throughout the run a lot. These next two puzzles are the exact same puzzles, although they're technically meant to be solved in two different ways, because at that point you're meant to have the green gun as indicated by the green cubes. We have the red gun, and that allows us to essentially solve it in the same way that we would solve the same puzzle later with have red cubes. And so what it'll allow us to do is just cube chamber one cube through here, and then grab a map and sign trigger by here. We need to walk backwards so the game doesn't teleport us to another location. And then we're going to do this same puzzle that we saw earlier, except it's a bit harder because you have to go a little bit closer to get some of these sections. And then we're going to go straight into a loop that won't close. And this is the exact same puzzle that we did earlier. But as you can see, it has red cubes now. So technically, the way that I'm solving it right now is the intended solution for this puzzle. And then we're going to use these same cubes, and we're going to create small little platforms to jump across using the jump storage glitch that we got earlier. And then we're going to just shoot our way through here, create 3 walls of cubes in order to collect one more map and sign trigger. And then we're going to go down here into this final section. We're going to grab that cube right here, get rid of all the cubes in that plasma beam area, and then we're going to do another warp in the run right here. Let's see if we can get it first try. This will allow us to skip the chase sequence. First try? Nope, not first try. Let's see if we can get it second try. Second try. Question mark? I don't think that got it. Oh, that did get it. We'd love to see it. And then we're just going to go straight into this next section. Beautiful. And then we do have to do the hub storage backup like I anticipated after we get this map trigger right here. And so essentially the way that hub storage works is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to collect these cubes. And then essentially if you shoot a bunch of cubes at a time by having a free scroll wheel, or shooting a bunch of cubes at once if you're really good, and then you transport to another part of the map, you can actually keep some of the cubes that you had before. And if you quit to main menu as the cubes are shooting out, the game, you're essentially shooting them out too fast, and then it will kind of refund some of your cubes and allow you to carry those cubes with you through the hub, which is hence the name hub storage. Because technically, when you go through hub, go through the hub and quitting the main menu, all of the cubes should get in your gun should disappear. We're gonna cube chamber this cube through here in order to cleanly, that was pretty clean, grab some of these lasers and open up these doors a bit earlier. We're gonna jump down here to over the edge, We're going to grab the last few map and sign triggers here. And again, I am a little concerned, mainly because there is a map trigger that I'm missing, and I don't know where that is. So we're going to grab the last few pink cubes as well. These are kind of like, this is kind of like the cleanup area, because you've already unlocked the last, or like the cleanup section of the run, I should say, because you've already unlocked the last few map. We've already unlocked the last area of the game. Okay, this isn't gonna work. I'm gonna try this again, because we do actually need these cubes right here in order to progress. Shoot there, boom, walk across here, and then go through here. Perfect. And the reason that we're not cube chambering through here is actually because you need cubes at a time. And so cube chambering is kind of useless, because you can only cube chamber with one item at a time here. And so right here, we're going to go to Deja Vu in order to collect one last pink cube here for the final pink cube, which is the longest pink cube in the game. Go upwards, and then perfect. I'm still trying to figure out where that last sign trigger is that I didn't get, or map trigger is I didn't get. Wait a minute. Right here. Uh, oh, okay. I understand what I messed up. I am going to fix this right now, because I've caught the mistake. And if I don't do it now, I'm just going to bother me. I forgot to jump up here and then walk backwards. There we go. Perfect. And saved again. Okay, so this is the last map and sign trigger that we're going to get before the final pink cube of the run. And the final pink cube of the run is in the biggest room, and it takes 90 seconds to get. So if the host wants anything to say, they can say it starting right now.
Gosh, I didn't realize I'd be speedrunning too. We have three different $3 donations from Rodaflex, Jaded Mew, and Super Blood Wolf Moon, all trying to get us to that 3333. And we've got $10 from Flora, who says, "Don't have much to donate, but times are hard right now, and we need all the community support we can get. Stay strong and safe, everyone. Much love, especially to the trans folks out there." Thank you all so much for your donations. It's all going to a wonderful cause.
You can keep going. This goes on for quite some time.
Oh gosh. Um, I shouldn't have gone for. I should have drawn out those
Yeah.
$3 donations.
Yeah, no
Can you keep the
worries.
train going, chat?
You have
Can
like
we keep
20.
that
Yeah,
train going?
can we?
But
You have
yeah,
like, you have like 30 seconds left. Don't worry.
if you haven't seen them yet, definitely check out the t-shirts that the Yeti made for us. They are incredible, amazing, and have wonderful bits of pride colors baked in. I'm not sure which ones I want. I want like all of them, but my wallet can't afford it after dropping $40 on Mystic Quest.
That's fair. And with that,
And
we've
back to the
collected.
game.
Yes, and with that, we've collected the last sign trigger. I'm so glad that I fixed that mistake, because that would have been bothering me for a long time. We're just gonna jump our way through here, and you probably saw that there was like a sign, or a timer in the middle of the hub area, and that timer has a sign behind it. And there's good news. That's the last sign. The bad news is that we do have to sit here for 1 hour and 7 minutes. So, Leggy, if you have some more donations you want to read, now's the time. I'm just kidding. So, the way that we finish this is that we. Actually, I need a. Perfect. We crashed the game. We love to see it. So the way that works is, so you clip out when you exit back to main menu and you move to the left, you are clipping out of the hub, and behind that timer, there is actually the physical collection where you can get the last sign. However, you can't quit back to main to main menu or to the hub world because the game still thinks that you're in the hub, and so you're actually forced to exit the game in order to beat the game and therefore complete the run. And so that is it. Time is going to come up when I shoot this black cube into the pedestal, and oh, I missed. I missed. Time. There we go. Perfect. But anyway, that is Antichamber 100%. That was like a 24, 23-minute time, if I remember correctly. Do you mind if I get what my final RTA was?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was a little slow on starting the timer, so it's a little off. But what we have is a 22:42.
Oh, 22:42. Okay, that's not that bad. That's
Yeah.
really good. I mean, even if it was like a low 23, that's not that bad in the speed run. I usually get around 21s, but like that's fine. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today for Antichamber. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you caught up with anything that I was saying because I swear sometimes when commentating I can barely keep up with myself. And how much there is to do in this speedrun. It's such a fun game. It's such a fun speedrun, so I highly recommend checking it out when you have the chance. And oh my god, what? I've actually okay, that's strange. Okay, perfect. And so yeah, I highly recommend checking this game out. The 100% category is not very um popularly ran. I'm pretty much the only person in the world that's running it. The game itself is a classic puzzle game, and it has a lot of runs on the any percent board, but the 100% board is very barren. So please join us, or join me, I should say, in your 100% endeavors if you'd like completionist categories and short ones for that. But yeah, that is all for me. Thank you so much to Power with Pride for having me back after last time where I did Superliminal, a very another nice little puzzle game here. And so with that being said, I think that is all from me. Please enjoy the rest of the marathon, and donate money to the Trevor Project. It's a really, really wonderful cause. And that's all from me. I've been Ozmourn. I'll see you guys around.
Thank you very much. Coming up next, we have Killing Pepsi with Action Hank. Talk to y'all soon.